Lewis Hamilton has recently opened up about his ongoing struggles this season, subtly implying that his teammate may not be dealing with the same challenges. The seven-time world champion has suggested that a specific part of his SF25 is not performing as expected, hinting that this issue is unique to his car. This raises the possibility of internal friction within the Ferrari garage sooner than expected. But more pressing is the question, what's next for Hamilton following these revelations? So far, the first three races haven't gone his way. Despite the disqualification at the Chinese Grand Prix not being a direct reflection of his performance, the fact that he's sitting on just 15 points is a worrying sign. Still, Hamilton emphasized that the team has identified a technical fault in his car, indicating the problem lies with the machine, not his adaptation to it. Looking ahead to the Bahrain Grand Prix, Hamilton is hopeful that improvements are on the horizon. "I'm really hoping we'll see some positive changes in the next race," he said. "There's been a bit of a gap between the two sides of the garage. Something on my car just hasn't been working properly. It's reassuring to know that with what I had, I got the best result possible." Interestingly, Hamilton didn't specify exactly which part of the car is to blame. However, with him pushing for the upgraded floor to debut in Bahrain, despite Ferrari's original plan to delay it until Miami, many are speculating the issue may be aerodynamic or linked to the rear of the car. If that were the case, logically, Charles Leclerc would also be facing similar problems. But Hamilton made it clear, "We found something on my car that's been underperforming these past three races. I'm really hoping that once that's fixed, I can start getting better results. Right now, I'm losing just over a tenth per lap because of it." This has led many to believe the real issue might lie in the differing car setups between Hamilton and Leclerc. It would explain the performance gap, even if both cars technically share the same components. What's also worth noting is how each driver has approached the new season. Hamilton, still acclimating to life at Ferrari, has been relying on support from the team to settle in. Leclerc, on the other hand, is drawing from his experience and familiarity with the car, which is no surprise. Behind the scenes, Hamilton sheds some light on just how intricate the car setup process is. "I think people outside the garage really underestimate what goes into this," he said. "We're constantly adjusting everything. Corner balance, aero balance, mechanical grip, floor performance. It's a lot of data and a lot of small changes that make a big difference." Even though the performance gap between the two Ferraris isn't massive, Hamilton's frustration with underperforming components and setup decisions signals that he's not fully aligned with the direction his side of the garage is taking. Recognizing this, Hamilton has admitted that he needs to become more involved in how his car is set up moving forward, something he publicly acknowledged in China. That self-awareness could be key as he looks to turn his season around, and possibly prevent any further rift within the team. Hey, hold on. Did you know that 99% of you watching right now aren't subscribed? If you enjoy my content and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. It takes just a second, but it means the world to me and helps keep this channel going. Join the family and let's grow together. Now back to the story. Behind the scenes, Hamilton has spoken candidly about the intricacies of Formula One that many fans and outsiders often overlook. He admitted that people outside the garage tend to underestimate the complexity of what goes into setting up a car. "When we talk about setup," he said, "we're analyzing countless graphs. Everything from aerodynamic balance through corners to mechanical grip to how the floor behaves. It's a constant process of fine-tuning throughout the weekend." Despite this, Hamilton believes the performance gap between the two Ferraris isn't massive. Still, his continued frustration with certain underperforming elements on his side of the garage suggests he's not fully on board with the setup approach being taken, especially in comparison to Charles Leclerc's side of the team. Hamilton has acknowledged that he needs to become more hands-on with setup decisions. During the China GP weekend, he admitted that as the season progresses, he'll begin to feel more confident with certain configurations over others. However, his recent claim that a particular part of his car is lagging in performance compared to Leclerc's is hard to brush off. Now, Ferrari finds itself navigating two different mindsets within the team. According to Corriere dello Sport, Hamilton's recent comments may have influenced Leclerc's stance. The Italian outlet reports that Leclerc has told Ferrari he intends to pursue his own direction with car setup and won't be as forthcoming in sharing data with Hamilton, potentially leaving the British driver to work things out on his own. While Ferrari insists they're paying close attention to Hamilton's feedback about the SF25. It's worth noting that signing a 7-time world champion was always a high-risk, high-reward move. The situation is now becoming more delicate as both drivers lean into their individual approaches. This dynamic is especially notable given Leclerc's past frustrations with the team. Many fans will remember his emotional outburst during last year's Las Vegas GP, where he warned Ferrari that from that point on, his focus would be entirely on his own performance. Hamilton's recent remarks may have rekindled that tension, potentially widening the divide within the team as the season heats up. With Ferrari's latest upgrade set to debut in Bahrain, all eyes will be on how Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc handle the growing tension between them. The atmosphere is heating up. Hamilton has thrown down the gauntlet, and now it's up to Leclerc to respond with a statement drive, reaffirming his status as Il Predestinato, the chosen one in red. The message is clear: the crown won't be handed over without a fight. Leclerc hasn't stayed silent either. The Monegasque admitted he's been doing everything possible to maximize the SF25's potential, but even when he gets everything right, the performance just isn't there. On weekends when I feel I've nailed the setup, when I can truly push the car to its limits, it's still not enough, he said. That's what makes it frustrating. To win, I'll have to do something truly exceptional. That's the reality of having arguably the strongest driver pairing on the grid. Internal competition is inevitable. While Hamilton and Leclerc maintain a civil front for the media, it's obvious that when the visors go down, neither will give an inch. But time is running out for Ferrari. That's why this weekend's Bahrain Grand Prix could be a turning point. Not only is it the same track where pre-season testing took place, but the heat and race conditions will push the SF25 to its limits. And with new upgrades possibly arriving early for Hamilton, tensions might escalate further. Interestingly, team boss Frédéric Vasseur has been open about Ferrari's situation. While some, like Hamilton, want the new floor brought in immediately, others, like Leclerc's side of the garage, are opting to wait until Miami. Vasseur said, "With the 4th race taking place in Bahrain, we have a great opportunity to compare where we stand now versus testing back in February. We're still not where we want to be performance-wise, but the entire team in Maranello is working hard to change that. Every 10th of a second counts." Still, it's clear the SF25 isn't a perfectly balanced machine. Snap oversteer, under rotation in corners, and a general lack of consistency have plagued both drivers. That's exactly why Hamilton is pushing for immediate upgrades. He sees no time to waste. Meanwhile, Leclerc appears more patient, believing that a more complete package in Miami will be Ferrari's real shot at contention. But if that Miami upgrade fails to deliver, Ferrari may have to shift focus to 2026, especially since we're entering the final chapter of the current ground effect era where big development gains are increasingly rare. So here's the real question. Do Hamilton's recent comments hint at early signs of frustration or even weakness heading into 2025? And more importantly, how will Leclerc respond, on track and off it? Will he defend his territory or take the high road until the results do the talking? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And after that, don't forget to click on the video appearing on your screen right now. You won't want to miss what's coming next in this fiery Ferrari saga. And don't forget to subscribe my channel.